So welcome to another episode of Big League Live. We've got a lot to get through this afternoon. It's Tuesday night. A lot of the teams are obviously submitting their team lists, and we're going to touch on a few brief team changes for round 22. I've got Taylor Elback.
G'day Bowie.
Joining me for the first time. Welcome Taylor. Look, we're going to also touch on a bit of speculation that we probably might see in the media over the next couple of days, which is, I guess, if all the stars align come finals week 1 of the NRL and AFL, that we might see some scheduling, how would you say, conflicts coming in at ANZ Stadium.
Well put.
In theory, we could see a couple of NRL teams and AFL teams trying to get on that ANZ Stadium at the prime time.
Bowie, look, it's another AFL and NRL standoff, and once again, Western Sydney's emerged as the battlefield. Really, both codes are going to be fighting over ANZ Stadium, both in week 1 and week 3 of the finals potentially, if the stars align, as you mentioned. Week 1 is not so much of an issue. ANZ Stadium has, well, they've told us that it will be a 72-hour football extravaganza, really, of 2 NRL matches and an AFL match. But week 3 is the real issue, because both the NRL and AFL have policies in place for a 7-day turnaround before the grand final, which means that 3 games would potentially have to be played over the Friday and Saturday, which is impossible. But I know that ANZ Stadium would like to see the game move to Sunday, which is against both codes' policies. But look, I mean, I'm sure the fans would like to see it move to the Sunday. It holds 80,000 people, and that to me seems like the sensible thing. But it's certainly a very delicate situation at the moment. Yeah, look, I'm sure they'll work things out. Again, it will take a lot for that situation to happen. As I said, the stars will have to align, and look, we are a number of weeks out before finals week 1 anyway, so we'll see how we go. So who's in and who's out this week in round 22 as the teams have been named? We're just going to touch on the Sharks. Again, Gallen is named again in the side. He was named last week but didn't play, obviously. But we look to see Gallen and Carney play this week. Never have the Sharks needed those 2 blokes back. They need to arrest this form slump that they're suffering at the moment. Massive game against the Warriors, who are also desperate, and they're 2 very much needed names back into the side. And Manly, Anthony Watmo is trying to get his charge downgraded at this point in time. If that doesn't happen, I think he's looking at 1 week out. But we see the return of Brett Stewart. See the return of Brett Stewart. Also, Jason King's been named in that Manly side. They're chasing a top 4 spot still, I think, and 3 big names back in the side. Potentially not Watmo, but Manly have named a full-strength side for the first time in ages, and they're starting to look real good. And we go to the Gold Coast Titans as well. We look at Ashley Harrison coming back into the side, and but Greg Bird looks to be out again. Greg Bird out. One Origin hero replacing another. I'm not sure which one you'd rather vote. 2 very hard-working, great players. But yeah, obviously Ashley Harrison in for Greg Bird. It's going to change the dynamic of that Titans side, who are enjoying some great form at the moment. Yeah, and need all the troops they can possibly get on just to make sure they get in that top 8 spot. Taylor, thanks very much. No, not a great deal of other major changes at this point in time for the other teams, but we may see some changes come Friday. So stay tuned for Big League Live. Taylor, thanks again. Thanks for having me once again. Stay tuned. Next Friday, we'll give you a quick preview of round 22, and we'll get all the news and updates for your favourite team that weekend. Do I get paid extra for this? No.